The cop that kneeled on George Floyd makes bail. His bail was 1 million. Had to come up with 100,000. He did it. Me and the Notification Gang would like to invite everybody to come join us Monday through Thursday, 9:20 to 10 o'clock for morning coffee, where we discuss the events of the prior day and also just talk mess about stuff. See you then.
Oh, Black Dynamite, I wish it was that simple, but this is much bigger than you and me.
Hey, little mama. It may be bigger than you, and it may be bigger than me, but it ain't bigger than you and me. Can you dig it?
BBN Jack Frost. What's up, party people? Alright, so yeah. So apparently the officer that is the one that is actually accused, or should I say that we saw because there's video evidence, of having the knee in George Floyd's neck, has posted bond, which was $1 million. All jokes aside, anybody that didn't get that, that was a Dr. Evil reference. All jokes aside, the officer that was charged with fatally kneeling on George Floyd's neck has just posted bond of $1 million. Derek Chauvin, I'm not 100% sure how to pronounce his name. He's the Minneapolis police officer that was facing murder charges. Just so we could be clear on this and be absolutely 100% transparent, this individual murdered a man in front of everybody in absolute broad daylight. And in addition to that, like many of these individuals who decide to become police officers, obviously I'm not trying to make it, I'm actually trying to, pardon me, I'm actually trying to make a distinction between the individuals that are police officers and they do their job appropriately, and the individuals that are police officers that do stuff like this rat bastard, just so we can be clear. So they are confirming Sarah Fitzgerald, she's a spokeswoman for the Minneapolis Police Department of Corrections, DOC. She's confirming that Derek Chauvin is no longer in the custody of the Department of Corrections in Minnesota. They're saying that he was released from Oak Park Heights Correctional Facility, and it was around 11 a.m. It was the Hennepin County Jail, I believe. There's a couple of things I want to say about this real quick. I just want to be clear on this, and then I also want to make a reference to something else that's going on, and that's part of the country that might, I guess it's going to be maybe a, how do you say, experiment. Like, for what everybody that don't know, there was a thing that they tried to do in Seattle when they tried to have an experiment where they had the people policing themselves. There was like a small part of Seattle where no police officers was going to. I believe that their own mayor or governor, whoever the heck that was out there, told them to steer clear of the area themselves also. And in this area that was in Seattle, it kind of went crazy. Like they have a situation where one guy, I believe at least one person was murdered. I don't think there was no garbage pickup, anything. There was no cleanliness going on. It was just, it's the wild, wild west. I don't know what way to put it. Anyway, so they're going to be trying a different thing in Minnesota where they're allegedly going to be removing the police, and they're going to be installing some kind of public safety thing or whatever the case is. I don't know. Maybe we do a separate video on that. That sounds like it's a bad idea. I think that this whole getting rid of the police in general was just a knee-jerk reaction because we have so many bad police officers. But at the same time, we got to also remember that there are police officers that actually do their job. The shame is that real quick, there was a police officer, I believe he was in California somewhere. I forget which part of California. I forget if it was San Diego or not. That name just comes to my head. And what happened was he basically turned in some of his fellow officers, and it didn't work out well for him. And the officers that he turned in were bad cops. So once again, for everybody that says, well, you got these cops and they all bad because nobody turns in the bad ones, I think first of all we need to create a system that rewards police officers for helping to rid the department of bad officers. I think if we can somehow, because who else should be promoted? Like, just so we can be clear, the officers that should be promoted are the officers that also hold their fellow officers to a high standard. They should be the ones that are promoted, not the people that get the most arrests. Don't let that go over your head. Really pay attention to what I just said. The officers that hold the law to the highest standard should be the ones getting promoted, not the officers with the most arrests. Just real quick, I remember growing up in the Bronx, and they had this one particular officer. I never seen the officer personally myself. I was way too young to be having interactions with him. But there was one particular officer, I forgot where he was at. I think he patrolled one of the projects in the Bronx, and I believe they called him like the Terminator or something like that. And he struck fear in the drug dealers and the gang members. But the actual regular civilian citizens, I don't remember them being fearful of him. You understand what I'm saying? Was he extremely harsh on the drug dealers and stuff like that? Yeah, but they were part of the game. And even when you hear them and they spoke of his name, they didn't speak about hate as much as they spoke about him in reverence. Anyway, so Derek C, I don't know how to pronounce this guy's name. He's been released. For everybody that don't know, you only have to pay like 10%. So they only had to raise about $100,000 in order to have him released. It's gonna probably be crazy out there. I'm gonna tell you something. They might have to get police to guard this man's house. So if they do that, that's more police that's not gonna be out there being able to do the actual job that the police are supposed to be doing. So let me know what y'all guys think about this. What do y'all think about him being released? What do y'all think about Minnesota, pardon me, Minnesota trying to consider removing police altogether and creating some kind of council, some city council thing? I just don't think, look, at the end of the day, we're all people. So it don't make a difference if you decide to call the people police or if you decide to say the people are part of a city council. If they're bad people, they're bad people. That's it. Period. There is no going about it. I don't care what label you give them. I don't care what designation you give them. I don't care what office you give them. If they're bad people, they're bad people. That's just generally speaking. I think what we need to be focusing on is, can we get help to some of these places? Like, when somebody tries to pass a bad bill, what it's being said that is the reason that created this whole situation behind George Floyd, they couldn't have handled it. Like, if, you know, when the white people try to pass bad bills, people don't show up and jump on them. You know, there might be an argument, people might go back and forth, whatever the case might be, but George Floyd was already outside of the establishment. When the police pulled up, he was sitting in his car. People forget that. So this is a human rights issue, period. This is a situation where force was used, which was not necessary. Like, at the end of the day, was it even necessary to call the police if you took the money? Apparently, you also kicked him out of the store, apparently, and he was at that point not a threat to anyone. He was sitting in his car. So at the end of the day, this is for everybody that don't know, white supremacy. Because if that was a white person, it would not have went down nowhere near like this. You understand what I'm saying? Don't forget, the people that commit the most freaking blue-collar crimes are not necessarily, you know, black people. I mean, yeah, there's scammers all over. Like, this shit is crazy with this internet. These scammers, I'm trying to tell you, they really think that this is hustling. Scamming is not hustling, y'all. You know what hustling is? Creating something that people actually want. Not tricking people into doing things because you're just saying, I'm going to give you a thing, but you don't give them the thing that you're saying that you're going to give them. and then they're giving you their. That's just scamming. You know, that's just being a liar. That's not being a hustler. Anyway, let me know what y'all guys think about this. And also, you already know they're gonna protect this house. Do you think they should protect this house, or should they just be like, you know what, you on your own, homie? I want to know what y'all guys think. And anybody that's upset about the Dr. Evil joke, you really didn't get it. Like, comment, subscribe, join the notification gang. Hashtag Bronx Bombers. Let's get it. I love y'all. Take care of each other. Hug the kids for me. I haven't forgotten about you. And that's all I got on this one. I'm out. If you like this video, please hit the like and subscribe button. If you would like to help dictate the direction that this channel takes, please leave a comment. All comments are appreciated, whether positive or negative. Thank you very much and enjoy your day. And remember, positive thoughts cause for positive things to happen. Let's get it.
Oh, Black Dynamite, I wish it was that simple, but this is much bigger than you and me.
Hey, little mama, it may be bigger than you, and it may be bigger than me, but it ain't bigger than you and me. Can you dig it?